All right, here we are after deployment. We have a 6-point game of Normans versus Vikings. I've got a unit of 8 warriors over here mounted, a unit of 8 crossbows, my warlord, a unit of Flemish mercenaries, and 2 units of 6 Hearthguard over here. We got a rocky ground here, a marsh here, a building here, and woods over here. Don, what do you got over here?
We've got 2 6-man units of warriors, a 10-man unit of warriors, a 10-man unit of warriors, an 8-man unit of warriors, and a 4-man unit of Hearthguard, and of course the warlord.
That's a lot of bodies to shoot through. We will be back after turn 1. End of Viking turn 1. Did some maneuvering, got a little bit closer, a little cautious, and we got still a loaded battle board waiting for Normans to attack. Alright, end of the Norman turn 1. Long story short, I sent up this unit of warriors to throw some javelins a couple of times there, used impact and wounded, kill only 2 dudes between a couple of rounds of shooting, and put a fatigue on them. Got a couple of fatigues myself for my effort. Otherwise, just maneuvered some stuff around, moved these guys back a little bit, and these guys here got a little cagey and they're moving around this rough ground, maybe redeploying. Viking turn 2. This unit of warriors activated to attack these guys, but of course they used Gallop and ran away.
Run away!
Then some other stuff just kind of maneuvered around. These herdmen moved into the building. Get a little bit of movement, but these guys are, to some degree, holding them up. And that was turn 2. Don's still got a pretty loaded board. Looks like we got all this still there. Alright, going into Norman turn 2. Alright, Norman turn 2 was a little rough. I got a little over-aggressive, I guess. Shot my my Norman knights in there, my Hearthguard against just 8 warriors. 6 on 8. Threw some abilities, threw in my charge, threw in my pursuit. Got a bunch of dice, I was up to 22 dice. Had a retreat for some bonus defense dice. Then Don threw in Thor and Uller.
Loki and Uller.
Yep, and it had just 10 dice, but rolled really good. 17 hits. Wasn't good. Lost 6 Hearthguard, 6 warriors. Not a good trade. Did some maneuvering over here. Rested those guys. Not sure what to do now. Alright, going on to Viking turn 3. Alright, Viking turn 3. A little bit of maneuvering. That's all. Kind of forming a shield wall. Waiting for me to try and crash into it, looks like, again. Because it went pretty well last time. So let's see if I can solve this riddle. Norman turn 3. Alright, so these crossbowmen moved up. I think it was with an order we obey. And then they used impact, shot over here. They got a little taste of Odin. Got 3 fatigue. So that sucks. I used a bunch of my combat bonus dice. Got 5 hits. He saved them all, though. Then these dudes just kind of ran over here. Threw some pointy sticks at them. Killed 2 dudes. He used their fatigue to raise their armor. And that's all I got. Alright, moving into Viking turn 4. Alright, Viking turn 4. These Hearthguard came out of that building with a couple of activations, showed up with fatigue, but dumped it with Frigg, and wrecked my crossbowmen. They used a bunch of abilities, Uller, Thor, that kind of stuff. Bunch of attack dice, bunch of hits. It was brutal. Alright, going into Norman turn 4. Norman turn 4. Alright, so these guys went into a unit of 6 warriors that was right there, 6 dudes, using impact. In charge, got a bunch of hits, wiped him out, a little fatigue bomb. That was nice. Over here, I sent in these 7 Flems against those 4 Hearthguard. Used the fatigue to lower their armor. It didn't help at all. We each got 2 hits, saved 1. It was kind of a push. Alright, that's it. Alright, Viking turn 5. These Herdmen activated, wants to move here, which I responded with envelopment, moving these guys over here and all these mounted units from over here to over there. And then they used their second activation to move over there, and then he rested a little bit with his determination and wheel bay. That's it. Going into Norman turn 5. All right, Norman turn 5. Warlord went up there and ordered these warriors to charge into the Hearthguard that are gone. They popped some combat bonus abilities, used some fatigue. Managed to wipe them all out, took some casualties in return. Not a terrible trade, but running out of dice here. Otherwise, some stuff maneuvered, and that is it.
And
all right, Viking turn 6. The Vikings kind of maneuvered around a tiny bit, got back into position. They're kind of just setting themselves up for the final Norman charge. And I got a pretty sweet looking loaded board. Let's see what I can make happen. Oh, Norman turn 6. Warlord moves up, then uses Pursuit, I think it is.
Yep.
Free move into these guys.
And
they dump their
charge.
fatigue with Asgard for a charge. I use charge, yep. Take the extra fatigue. Go up to 16 dice total. Hitting on 4s. He's only got 6 dice. Hitting on 5s, but he gets a reroll. And Thor, his 6s get doubled. He hits me 7 times. I die. I hit him enough times, he dies, but again, it's just not a good trade. We're about to tally up the points and see who won. All right, so when we tallied up the score, it ended up being 19-18, a draw. 19 points for the Vikings, 18 points for the Normans, which was kind of surprising because I thought my Normans were losing pretty badly the whole time. It was the bonus points for fully wiping out units that you get now in 2nd edition that was really keeping me in the game. We were actually tied up completely, 14-14, going to the bottom of turn 6 there. So had my Warlord survived that final charge and not given up 5 points, would have given me the win. Looking back on my board, I should have played it a little differently. Used Dex Eye instead of Pursuit and Retreat. I ended up not even using Retreat because he had Loki, and I didn't want to give up those extra attack dice to him. The way he was rolling, he was probably going to get 3 hits, and it just wouldn't be a good trade. But had I used Dex Eye and gotten the Resilience 2, he would have survived that fight. As I recall, he took 5 hits, but he would have been able to survive that with 3 fatigue instead. Could have pulled it out in the end. Overall, it was a fun game. We're still kind of kicking the tires on 2nd edition, having a good time with it. Looking up a lot of rules still, but all in all, I really like the changes. Anyways, hopefully there should be some more coming in the near future. Thanks for watching. Bye.